The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. Perico in the building, my guy.
Yeah, believe that.
Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
So excited having you here, man. I feel like this is another full circle moment for me. I've been wanting to have you on the show for a long time. And I was telling you that my first ever Perico experience, right, was at Yams Day in, 20, I don't remember. It was in the warehouse in the Bronx, right? There was one that you came out at, right?
Okay, that was the second one then.
Yeah, the one that got shut down.
Yeah, that was the second one.
Was that the second ever Yams Day? Might have been, yeah.
It was like a fight, and then the police came.
6ix9ine was there, Trippie Redd was there, some shit like that. Some shit was going on there. A lot of shit was happening that day.
Yeah.
But I have to say, you were one of the first people that came out, and before all the madness, you got your shit off. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I got it on. I remember I had some white Cortez on, blue laces, of course.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a blue fit on too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, blue bubble, a G-Star bubble. Yeah. White tee and shit. Yeah,
you said that was your first time in New York?
No, that was the second Yams Day. So that was like a few times.
Okay.
I had been a few times since
that
then,
point.
yeah. But my first time was the very first Yams Day at what's that spot? It's like 3 stories, the concert venue.
Terminal
5. Yeah, that was the first Yams Day, yeah.
And then you said ever since then you've been a regular in New York.
Yeah, I love New York.
Why do you love New York?
I was just talking mad shit on the way here, but don't let get my shit talking confused with, I love New York. The traffic was just like shitty, so yeah, I was talking mad shit.
Bro, it's not even just you. On the way here, normally it takes me like 30 minutes to get here. It took me like an hour today.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's in there. I think you want to know what it is? You come into New York when it's just starting to get warm out. So everybody starting
popping back out.
Yeah, so everybody getting that fever to be back outside and shit like that.
I said that last night. I see the dude at Times Square with a T-shirt off. I said, oh, it's almost barbecue weather out here. It was cold as fuck, though.
You want to know why? Because yesterday during the day, it was warm as shit.
Yeah, it was smooth.
It was warm as shit, and then it started raining and all that other shit, and then whatever. But I'm excited to have you here, man. Like I said, your performance at Yams Day back in the day was fire, the one that I was at. And you said that so how far back you and Yams went?
So Yams got up on me. I was in jail in 2012, 2013.
Okay.
And I put a project out. Like, I was trying to rap then. So I dropped my first project and shit, and then turned myself in and went back to prison. And while I was in there, Jay Worthy is a smooth politicker. So he linked up with Yams and them and put them up on my shit. And they was just like instantly into my shit. You know what I mean? So as soon as I came home, like first, second week, Yams came to LA. We did Use a Trick, shot the video, and then I was with them all weekend and shit. And then we was just like, we was partners all the way up until he died and shit. Like, he was like navigating me through shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Yams, man. Rest in peace, Yams. It's funny you bring up Worthy too, right? Because I just had Worthy here like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And when you were like, oh yeah, Worthy's a smooth politicker, he definitely is.
Yeah, he know how to get in them rooms and move around for sure.
Yeah, when we was talking, he was just like, he was just telling me all these different things he's a part of on the low. I'm like, bro, I would never know this just by like, making incredible music. Yeah. But I would never know that you was also doing all X, Y, and Z on the side with Alchemist and this and that. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, Worthy is a different kind of beast, man.
How you been lately, man?
I've been real good, man. I've been real good. Music been going good. I've been feeling free, like most of everything. Like, I've been feeling real free.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations on the Gangsta Grills tape.
Appreciate it.
When I saw, so we actually, it's funny because we got a new Amazon show that we do called Rotation Roundtable, and the pilot episode, it never aired, but actually, my pick for the week was actually The Project.
Hey, okay.
Because I felt like, because everybody was talking about some East Coast shit, and I'm from New York, but I'm like, but when I like good music, I like good music. So I shouted out The Project on the pilot episode. But congrats on it, man. I love seeing this link up. How did this all begin for the two of y'all, for you and Drama?
So I've been like knowing Drama, Lake, and Cannon for years. Like, every time I'm in Atlanta, that's really the only place I ever recorded at in Atlanta is at Mean Streets. I'm always booked there. And then you know, I never planned on having a gangster grills. It was always like a dream of mine to have one. Like, oh, that'd be fire if I could get a gangster grills. And then, you know, it just came together. It was unbelievable, like that the offer was offered to me. So I didn't believe it at first. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Because so many people tell me shit, and it never happened, you know? And, yeah, it happened.
That easy. That simple.
Yeah, that easy. I think, like, Lake is, like, a huge supporter of what I do, you know what I mean? And I'm excited about everything, but I think he even more excited just the fact that you know, my mission through this rap game, you know what I mean, has been like you know, when I came out, it was just interesting. The nigga from LA with the curl, crazy Crip nigga, you know what I mean? And it was like my image, my look and everything was bigger than the music. Like people knew who I was, but nobody could tell you a song. Probably still to this day, a lot of people can't tell you a song. You know what I mean? But you know, when I came out, a lot of people was interested in what I had going on. And then I signed the deal, and then it was like, you know, it got a little blurry. You know what I mean? And then now I'm back sparking people interest, which is like super rare. You know what I mean? He brought that to my attention. And you know, we just connected the dots, man, and you know, we back in motion.
When you say blurry, like, what do you mean by blurry?
Like, you know, my plan for this shit was to never sign a deal. Like, I plan to be an independent artist my whole entire time because, like, fame, like, I'm used to street fame, right? So I ain't really tripping off the industry fame and then jumping through all them loops to become famous. You know, a lot of people that I know that's super famous and got all these big accolades, they like slaves to the shit, you know what I'm saying? And don't really enjoy it. So I always knew that I wanted to be a person and want to be able to live my life, have fun, and then, you know, also offer my art and just my different contributions to the game, but without being trapped in the matrix of this shit. So I always wanted to be, you know, just like independent, dropping and just doing whatever the fuck I feel like. And when I signed, it was like, I just fell up under the industry structure of, you know, we need what's the big single? We got to go get all these different looks and everything.
Right.
And then what about the music and everything that I got to offer? You know what I mean? Because I feel like I inspire the person that inspires the masses. You know what I'm saying? Like, I inspire, like, the average person. That's my niche in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just got blurry. Like, my whole mission got blurry, and then I kind of, like, hated it for a second. Like, I really wanted to quit and retire and everything. You know what I mean? Which I'm happy I didn't because I've been having my best years these last couple years.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's how I feel like even what I've been seeing, too, when it's like, you know, during the pandemic, from the pandemic to now, I feel like these past couple years, it looks like you feel the most comfortable that you've been,
Yeah,
you know,
for
prior
sure.
to that.
Yeah.
You know, than when you were with the label. Like, it looks like what you've been putting out these past couple years, like, you kind of even get the sense that it's like, you know, when you can kind of tell when an artist is kind of like really into what they're doing and what they're putting out versus when they're not. Feels like these last drops that you've been doing, like, you really felt like passionate about it.
Yeah, for sure.
And how could you also not feel passionate about a Gangsta Girls tape? But aside from the Gangsta Girls tape, it's like you feel like you look happier. You feel like you, as a consumer, I get the different vibe and the different energy that's coming from you in the music now too.
Yeah.
Even watching like the recent interviews that you've been doing and, you know, kind of just being back, moving around and whatever, it's like, okay, I see Perico like kind of got a smile on his face. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Like, I'm definitely enjoying everything that's going on because it's on my terms and like what I want to do. And like in this game, like it's so many different opinions in every area of what, from management to like if you were to label all the different staff, and then you know, if you're not strong-minded or strong-willed, then the audience, and then all these different critics and shit like that. You know what I mean? You'll get lost in that and become a slave to that. Like, I know that there's somebody that's, like I said, inspired by what I do and my movement and my life story. So, you know, that's my main thing. As long as I could get that off, it's a success to me.
Right. It's since we're talking about success, like it was even something that you had like recently tweeted that I had written down because it hit me. It says we do all the hard work to get to a place where you do more hard work, and it's levels.
Yeah, for sure. So that's exactly how I feel. Like I was like at a super low point, you know, when I like came with the idea of the flood, and well, I always had that idea, but when I got the energy back to do it, you know what I mean? Because I was just like, I wasn't gonna let myself become sour by the game, but it was starting to hit me, and I had to wake up. So, you know, I did like tons of like long nights and shit. Like, you know, it was a lot of night. Even a lot of people around me like just wasn't believing no more because, you know, I realized that I had a lot of people around with just expectations that wanted something out of my situation, as opposed to, you know, helping feed the situation. You know what I mean? Helping it grow so, you know, they could benefit as well. So, fuck, I lost my train of thought.
Shit don't stop.
Shit don't stop. Oh yeah, so basically I did all this hard work, and then now I'm in a position where all these new opportunities come.
Right.
And my whole shit is to over deliver 10x, 100x. You know what I mean? So I got these new opportunities. I got to work even harder to keep it going. It's like in life and in business and in anything that you get into, you're going to do a lot of hard work to get to a level. And when you get to that level, you don't just fucking get lost in celebrating and like, oh, I'm here. I could just chill and walk around my house all day and lay up and do whatever the fuck I feel like. Like, you know, if you ambitious and you got like big goals, like you get to that position, now you got to work, recharge for a brief second and then work harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You get like that 1 or 2 days off and then back to,
Yeah.
if you even get 1 or 2 days off.
Right.
Normally it's just like you get like 12 hours and then
Right.
it's like, all right, we got to get back to the studio, got to go do this press run, got to do something.
And if you're doing what you love, then it's not work, you know?
Right. You out here with Rucci. Y'all got a show.
Rucci dog, baby.
He just landed. I wish he was here with us.
Mm-hmm.
But
They just hit me too.
what do you and Rucci got anything cooking coming up?
Yeah. Me and Rucci got a project in the works. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we go fuck up with that.
But I feel like y'all were on tour together last year too, right?
Yeah, about 5-6 months ago.
Yeah. Because that's when Rucci came to see me last time. I think y'all had the show at
SOBs.
LB's. Yeah, SOBs. Yeah. So I don't remember if I asked him back then, but I'm like, yo, they keep touring together. They might as well just do a.
Yeah. Rucci, my guy, man. Since I came out, like me and Rucci connected. With Rucci was in a group called Mac Rucci.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Mac and Rucci. You know what I mean? And Sean Mac was really like my guy. You know what I mean? And Rucci was my guy too. And then Sean Mac passed away.
Right.
And then me and Rucci just been keeping it going. And he in a similar space too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and him had a great conversation about like that independent space too, like, and you know what he went through, and you know even kind of dealing with loss too, and like how you know there were certain moments where he felt a certain way about the music shit, but it's just like again, shit don't stop.
Shit don't stop.
You know,
It can't stop.
And so with that being said too, also I had to bring this up because you said I want to know what you like to watch on Tubi.
Tubi and chill. Tubi got all the old classic movies. Like I'm a fiend.
Look at my producer right now. He nodding his head.
Yeah, I'm a fiend for the old shit. Like I feel like all the new shit is damn near the same. You know what I mean?
Why do you feel like it's the same?
Or let me just say this. Maybe I should give some of this shit a chance. You know what I mean? But I know music wise it sounds like it's the same song over and over. But you know, and then I draw inspiration from a lot of shit like that I see and a lot of shit that I do. So, you know, I like to tune into shit that people not tuned into. So the inspiration that I draw is not the same as everybody else. Because I just feel like it's like everybody getting caught in these trends like from every area, every region in the game. Like it's kind of like it's certain things, but like for the most part, 90% of it all sounded like similar, like the same genre. You know what I mean? And we got all these different regions. I would consider it subgenres. So, you know, I represent where I'm from like to the fullest, but also just like delivering like content and music and shit for people to hear, I feel like it's my duty to, you know, deliver something special and something that stands out from everything else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whether it's trendy or not. You know what I mean? We'll set the trend instead of being a trend or getting with the trend. You know what I mean? But yeah, that just come from like Tubi, dope old shit, like old 90s movies, old 70s movies, early millennium shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about recently, cause I was watching like the new trailer for that new Dungeons and Dragons movie, right? And this all gonna come back around. And I'm watching it, and I was like watching some old movies the other night. I don't know, maybe it was like an old Indiana Jones movie or something like that,
Yeah.
right? And I just get so tired of watching CGI shit nowadays. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
the CGI dragon and this and that. And then
Yeah.
it's like sometimes I just be wanting to go back and watch some old shit. Like before like the CGI really kicked in and became like the main thing that you see in every single movie or
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Which kind of relates to like music too, because it's like everything's starting to like look the same too. You know what I'm saying?
Look the same, sound the same. You know what I mean? Even though we all going through the same struggle at some point, but it's like it's still like some differences in the lifestyle in these different areas. And I love to when people just represent where they from and I learn something about it or I hear it or I feel it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I think it is too? I think it's like the internet, because it's like if you're like a new rapper and you pop off, right, and you post it online, everybody, like anybody could just see the song.
Right.
So anybody could just be like, oh, that's hot now, I'm gonna just start rapping like him or do
Right.
that style versus, you know, maybe pre-internet days is like you would have to get the CD, you would have to like
Right.
actually tune in to actually be like, oh, I'm gonna start rapping like him. And like maybe in that sense, like people at the time were able to have like a little bit more diversity in their music because not everybody would have to sound the same because you have to be more creative.
Yeah.
Versus now you could just be like, damn, okay.
That's
Perico
working,
rapping like
let
this
me
now?
do that.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
gonna start
yeah.
rapping like Perico now. Like
Yeah,
that's what we
the
doing.
easy way out. And then I think like the main thing it is like the internet, right? So, you know, when you put your shit out on the internet, you open the door to public opinions. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of the times, even myself, like I see a gang of great comments, you know what I mean? But I always tune into the fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people kind of like try to, you know, stay away from them adverse comments where it's like, man, I don't like this shit. Do some shit like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that got a lot to do with it. Like, you know, just sticking with, hey, do some shit like woo woo woo. Like I heard somebody say, I want to hear G Perico rap on some lyrical shit like Griselda or some shit like that, right? But it's like that's their thing. That's where they from. Like I represent where I'm from to the T. I explain where I'm from to the T. So you know, if you want to hear that, you got to go to them for that. You coming to me for what I do. You know what I mean?
I like that. And you know what? Since you mentioned that, I feel like it would be cool to like. They're also in that same, not kind of like countering that, but in that same vein, like you could also do like a Benny and Perico song, and it's still somehow you be repping what you doing, and Benny could be doing what he doing.
Yeah,
and
not a
still sound good.
collaboration. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I think of Herbo. Herbo did a song with Benny on his album, but Herbo's still Herbo. Like Herbo not rapping any different than Herbo rap, and Benny not rapping any different than Benny rap. It's just iron sharpening iron on that song.
Now
you feel me?
now when it's a collaboration,
Yeah.
that's great. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But as far as like an artist doing their own thing,
Yeah.
like it should definitely be them. You know what I mean?
Facts. Like they should, like you shouldn't have to step out. Like you're not trying to sound like Benny. Benny not trying to sound like
Right.
you. There's no need for that. That like you know.
I feel like music, like the only bad music is the okay shit. Like, oh, it's cool. Like it's either like terrible, shitty, whack. Like I hate this. This is terrible. That's good, or this is great. You know what I mean? Like the in between cool shit to me is like a fail. Like I want a motherfucker to say it's terrible or it's great.
Why isn't the terrible a fail?
Because it's the same amount of energy. Like people give the same amount of energy, if not more, to what they hate than what they love. And then when it's okay, motherfuckers don't even pay attention. Like, oh, that's cool. Like, oh yeah, he cool. Like who? Man, fuck that nigga. Where he at? Ooh, you know what I'm saying? Or that's my love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Love and hate, but the in between, like, is kind of like, nah, that's not it.
And that's when they be like in the comments, they be like, who? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like you
yeah.
see like a blog post, like a new artist, and then they're like, who this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they don't even bother to say it's trash or if it's good. They're just like, yo, who's this?
Right. That's good. That's good because, you know, a motherfucker giving their energy to whether they think it's a disparaging comment or whatever, it's like, I still got that energy and yo, look. And then you probably gonna tell a few other motherfuckers. You may be in a room like, who is this Hey, man, you ever heard of this bullshit, nigga? Woo woo. It's the same amount of promo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? As opposed to, nigga, this shit dope. You heard this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the same.
That's why I be telling people. I be like, you be leaving trashes in people's comment section. I'm like, you giving them free promo.
Yeah, that's good promo.
You helping them. You boosting their engagement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the word of mouth is like is a great way for your shit to travel. So you putting these trash cans, you definitely telling whoever next to you like this shit is garbage, which in return they gonna go look. And then if they be like, nah, I actually think this shit is dope, or whatever it is, they gonna pass the word along. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to just like, it's cool, whatever, what's next? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what's next for you, my friend?
Man, a lot, bro. Like, just definitely a load of more music.
Okay.
You know what I mean? More visuals, more content. We got a lot of different business moves going on. I'm getting into the movies. So my thing for my next run towards this end of this year and then all next year is like just having short films with everything. You know what I mean? Because I want to get into the acting shit. But I done fucked up and tatted my eyelids and shit. You know? But they got makeup. So, you know, acting is definitely gonna be like my ultimate transition.
Right. They can clean that up. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure. I did a few movies they covered it up with it. And then I even did a few videos and shit where I covered my shit up with makeup. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I guess that's a good benefit of CGI too. They could just CGI. They can just CGI the tats out.
Right.
So we got some movies on the way. You think you're gonna do some more projects this year? What you feeling?
Yeah, I'm definitely doing. I got another project coming out in a few weeks.
Tight.
And then another project coming after that. Then another one after that. So I got about a 6-piece, 7-piece.
This year?
Coming, yeah, this year. Yeah.
Do you want with Rucci this year, maybe?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Show. Well, I'm excited for you, man.
Yeah, man, this shit don't stop, bro. We just on the, like I said, man, do the hard work to get to more hard work. It's materializing. You know, I'm enjoying it. And, you know, just from experiencing the game and just different things and knowing what's not for me and then still trying to figure out what I haven't experienced that might be for me. So I'm excited about, you know, figuring out you know, seeing what's next also, you know what I mean, outside of my plans.
Word, man. Well, congrats on everything. You know what I'm saying? Performance out now by the time y'all seeing this, so go check that out.
Believe that.
Before we get out of here, anything else you want to let the fans know? Where they can follow you at, all that good stuff. Now is the time to do it. This camera right here.
At BG Perico on pretty much everything. Instagram, Twitter, all that shit. Subscribe, G Perico, YouTube. And Hot Shot Tour going on right now. Get your tickets right now. Coming to a city near you. And more music on the way and more announcements. You know what I mean? And plenty content too about the show, about how I really live it. How independent really how you living and doing what you really love, how you really living. You know what I mean? You don't gotta chase and jump through hoops and end up living in a nightmare because you done lost yourself.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, make sure you go follow him. Hot Shot, Gangsta Grills tape out now. Go keep running that up. Like you said, he got 6-piece for y'all this year, so 5 more projects on the way. Make sure you go follow him. Go run up everything he has out now. Go show him some love. Go show him support. Love is free. Support is free. But try to renew that. Till next time. G Perico.
Hot Shot.
Hot Shot. We out.